Hello, this is Rose Ludwig with Domestic and Sexual Abuse Services. I'm here with Abby today, and Abby's a survivor of sexual assault and would like to share her story with us. Hello, Abby.
Hello.
Why did you want to share your story with us today?
Just so it is brought to the attention of more people, not so much my story, but sexual assault victims in general.
And can you tell me about your personal experience with sexual assault?
I have kind of two instances that I believe shaped my life and who I am today. I was sexually assaulted as a child by a relative female babysitter, and that just kind of didn't really surface in my life until I was older because I didn't know what sexual assault was or what child molestation was, and did not bring that to the attention of my family until quite recently. And then the second time was I was a freshman in college and studying with a classmate that I had been paired up with, and I honestly can't remember his name, which is sad but also happy for me as well. And I did not tell anyone about that at the time either.
So when you were a child, you kept that a secret for many, many years.
I would say I wasn't necessarily keeping it a secret. It was more along the lines of I didn't know it was wrong. I didn't know that adults shouldn't be doing that. Not necessarily an adult. She was in her teens, but not realizing that it was something that was wrong or wasn't supposed to be happening. So,
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, Abby, so if you feel comfortable, would you share with us a little bit about your experience as a child?
So I believe I was around the age of, I would say, I can't remember for sure, but between the ages of 4 and 6, my parents had just gotten divorced, and I was living with my mother, who hired a family member of my father's to babysit us. I don't know how often or how many times that person babysat us, but I remember specifically one time I was there and she was putting me down for a nap, and I just remember hearing my brothers on the outside of the wall, or the other side of the wall. They were trying to give me like my watch or something like that, and she just kept saying that I was asleep, but I was clearly awake. And she sexually assaulted me, and that is the only instance that I can remember from that victimization. And like I said earlier, I didn't realize that was something that was wrong. And I don't think that I told anyone in my entire life until I was 17 or 18 years old. I told my boyfriend at the time, and he basically told me to keep it a secret. It had been so long that he didn't want me to traumatize my family members or to bring up even the emotions in myself again. And I didn't tell anyone. And when him and I broke up, that kind of almost made it feel like I was allowed to tell my story, and I was not encouraged to tell my story until I had a new boyfriend who was more sympathetic with me, and said that it would probably help me to talk about it, or to help my mother understand who I was as a child and why I was the way I was. And it was weird. When I went to go tell her for the first time, she just kind of looked at me and almost with confusion, because she felt like she knew the whole time but didn't want to bring it up to me in order to trigger me or to upset me if it didn't actually happen. So she had questioned it, and that's really